Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Notes in the Sewing Room. My name's Becky. Today's video is all about 5 different quick ideas that you can make for yourself to wear for New Year's Eve this year. As we all know, New Year is a little bit different this year and most of us won't be going out anywhere. Me included, I'm planning on sitting down in front of the TV with my feet up watching a nice film probably. So that got me thinking about things that you can wear so you can look stylish but stay at home. So that's what this video is all about, so please stay tuned and I'll tell you what my ideas are. If you are new to my channel is all about my sewing and dressmaking adventures, so if that is something that interests you, then please do check out some of my other videos. Of course, if you do like watching today's video, please do hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed so far, and I can't believe it that I've made it to 4,000 followers, so I really do appreciate everyone that tunes in week after week to see my different content. So you'll see, if you are a regular viewer, that today I am in my living room, so this is a little bit different to where I usually film. I thought I'd try something new for today just because I felt like being a little bit more comfortable and showing you a few things at the same time. So let's get to it and I'll show you some of my ideas. So idea number 1 for today is a cardigan. So as we all know, cardigans can be worn with lots of different things. So you can wear it over your pajamas if that's what you want to do. You can wear it to go out, you can wear it over jeans, over a tracksuit, whatever you want. So I think a really good idea that you could make for New Year if you've not got very much time is the Harper cardigan by Sinclair Patterns. So I am new to Sinclair Patterns, but as you can see, I've cut out my pattern so far for the Harper cardigan and I'm planning on making myself this to wear over the New Year's kind of festive period to stay at home, as well as obviously wearing it into 2021 as well. So it really didn't take me very long to cut out the pattern pieces. So if you haven't got very much time, this is a really good one to try. You can make this in 3 different lengths. So you can try it in the cropped version, the classic, or the longer line version. I'm gonna make mine in a true knit jersey. So I bought this jersey from Crafty So-and-so, and you can order from there online. They've recently moved to being an online business and they've closed their Leicestershire shop down, but you can buy online and I always really rate their fabrics. It's always really good quality whenever I order from them. So I ordered this true knit jersey, so as you can see it's got quite a lot of stretch to it in both directions, and this is a lovely pink colourway and it's got a lovely sparkle running all the way through it, so I think this is going to be super snuggly to make as a cardigan. I already made a cardigan in a cream version of this fabric and I made it into a Tilly and the Buttons Bertha cardigan, which is another great cardigan that, you know, is quick to do as well if you did fancy that one. But I think the Harper cardigan, one of the best things about it is it's free, so you can download the PDF and stick it together at home, or you can send it off, although you've probably not really got time to do that before New Year, and you could print it off as an AO version, which is actually what I did. So I think, yeah, that's idea number 1 and a great one to make for New Year's Eve. Idea number 2 to make for New Year's Eve this year is the Sapphire Trousers by Tilly and the Buttons. So you'll find the Sapphire Trousers in the Make It Simple book. So most of you will be familiar with this book, I'm sure. And the Sapphire Trousers are wide leg trousers. There's only 2 pattern pieces, which make them really quick to do. According to Tilly's book here, the cutting time is 20 minutes and the sewing time should be about an hour and 15. So if you are short on time, this is a really good one to make. I think you can use lots of different fabrics to make these trousers. So as you can see in the book, Tilly has made these lovely ones in the spotted fabric here, but you could go as glitzy or not as you'd like to, depending on how stylish you want to be sitting on your sofa on New Year's Eve this year. You know, with 2 pattern pieces, obviously there's no fiddly fastenings or anything like that. It's a really quick sew and something that I think, you know, you can squeeze in 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and you'll definitely have them done before New Year's Eve. Idea number 3 for New Year's Eve this year comes from the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. So a lot of you will be familiar with this book. Of course, there's lots and lots of different patterns in this book that you can make, but one of the ones that I think would be ideal in terms of loungewear is the Stella hoodie and joggers. So this is from chapter 6 of the book. So as you can see, the lovely model there is wearing them in a lovely pink colourway with some blue toggles on there, which look really stylish. and you can line the hood as well in a different fabric if you'd like to do that. Of course, if you are a little bit short on time, this could be a little bit time consuming to do before New Year's Eve, as it's only a few days away. So what you could do is you could just make the top, or you could make the bottoms, and you could always make the other part of the outfit another time. So this is a really nice one, and it says in the book here that it comes with a warning that when you've put the Stellas on, you'll never want to take them off. Now, as you'll know, a lot of us are wearing loungewear quite a lot at the moment as we're staying at home a little bit more. So I think this is something that would get loads of wear, not only for New Year, but, you know, into the months ahead as well, to keep us nice and warm before those spring months are upon us. So I think this is a really good one to try, and yeah, a really good one that I think I shall be trying out at some point. Idea number 4 is actually one of my favourites. Now, before a few months ago, I didn't have a dressing gown in my wardrobe, and it's something that I felt like I really needed as a new mum. So I made myself this lovely stylish one. So I made this actually out of a cotton poplin fabric, or should I say 2 different cotton poplin fabrics. I used a floral for the main part of the body and the sleeves, etc. And then I used a pink for the edging, and that goes all the way around the neck. And I also made the tie out of the same pink, and also the top of the pockets as well. So I really like my dressing gown, and this is a pattern called the Buchanan, and it's by Gather Patterns. So Gather Patterns have got a few different patterns available, so do check out their website and have a look at what they've got. And one of my other favourite patterns from them is the mortmain dress, which I've actually made quite a few times. I've made this dressing gown a couple of times. Now, in terms of a dressing gown, you could make this in lots of different fabrics. You could use a cotton like I have. You could perhaps use a sateen fabric if you wanted to make it a little bit more slinky. You could try a waffle fabric to make it a bit more like, you know, you're going to a spa or something like that. But I think this is a lovely pattern. It really doesn't take very long to do. I made this one in just one afternoon. So you can make this short. You can make this short if you'd like to, which is as it says in the pattern instructions, or you could add a little bit of length to it. So I added a few inches to the bottom of my dressing gown to make it longer, and I also extended the sleeves as well. The sleeves are actually supposed to be, I think, 3/4 length in the pattern, but for me that wasn't going to keep me very warm. I'm quite a cold person generally, so I did extend the arms, and like I said, I extended the length as well, and it's something that I'm finding is really, really useful. When I had my new baby, I took this into hospital with me, and I wore this during the time that I was there. I ended up staying in a few days after I had William, so this was really useful. But since I came home, I've been wearing this a lot. So I'm sure this will definitely be coming out for me on New Year's Eve, and it will probably, you know, continue to come out into the months ahead as well. So I really rate this pattern. It's one that I think would be great to make as gifts for people as well if you have got birthdays or whatnot coming up in the near future. And I'm sure if anyone made me something like this, I would absolutely love it. So yeah, give this one a go if you have got time, or if you do fancy making yourself a stylish dressing gown. Idea number 5 is to make yourself some pajamas. So as you probably know, there are lots and lots of different pajama patterns out there from lots of different indie pattern designers, and, you know, all the kind of big pattern houses as well, like Simplicity, etc. But one of my favourite pajama patterns is a Kwik Sew pattern. So it's this one that I've got here. You'll have to excuse the pattern because it does look a little bit creased, because I've had this for ages and it's just been shoved in my pattern drawer, but it is something that I do bring out from time to time. And this is the K3553. It's a Mrs. pattern, but you can use it for both men and women. I recently made this for my brother for Christmas, and I've made it for my husband before as well as myself. So you can actually make these pajamas in lots of different materials. So you could go for a straightforward cotton poplin, and you could go for, you know, a really jazzy pattern if you'd like to. I actually used a London print cotton fabric to make my brother's pajamas for Christmas, which he really liked. But, you know, you could go for a sateen fabric if you wanted something a little bit more fancy. You could go for a quilting cotton. You could use lots and lots of different fabrics to make these pajamas. In the pattern pack here, you have got pajama bottoms and you've got a pajama top. But if you are a little bit short on time, why not just make the pajama trousers, and you could team them up with perhaps a t-shirt that you've already got in your drawer, a jumper. You could team it up with the Harper cardigan that I mentioned before. There's lots of different options, but I think pajamas are ideal to wear obviously all of the time, but for New Year's Eve this year, if you are putting your feet up in front of the TV, why not get all snuggly and wear some pajamas? And these are super quick to make. Again, I made these in just one afternoon when I made them for my brother for Christmas. To be honest, it didn't even take an afternoon. I think it probably took maybe like a couple of hours at the most, including cutting it out and making them. They only have 2 different pattern pieces, and that's for the legs. You don't have to make a different channel for the elastic that goes through the top or anything. You literally fold down the fabric and then make a tunnel that way, and then feed through the elastic, and you're all done basically. So they really don't take very long to do. And I think this Kwik Sew pattern is just my go-to if I want to make anyone any pajamas. So I definitely recommend it. So please do let me know what you're planning on making for New Year's Eve this year, if you are planning on making yourself a new outfit. And of course, do let me know what your plans are in terms of sewing and craft activities for the year ahead as well. I'm always really inspired to find out what you're making, and it gives me ideas as well for things that I want to make for myself for the future. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed looking at my ideas today, and I've given you some inspiration of things to make for the months ahead. But until next time, I shall leave it there. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed watching today, please do hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye.